Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. And again, I want to say thank you guys. Over 500 views on Tuesday's video, which I know is a drop in the bucket for a lot of YouTubers, but for me, just kind of getting started with this in my first year of content creation, that's absolutely massive. And it makes the work that I'm putting into this worth it. Hopefully you're able to cash and I'm able to help you. 4 years ago, our nation shut down for coronavirus. I was teaching high school at the time, and everything was a mystery, as I'm sure it was in your life. So we went virtual the rest of the year. We finished out the rest of the year online. The NCAA tournament gets canceled. The NBA gets a bubble. So we've come a long way, I think, since 4 years ago. I don't really know. I know somebody had COVID last week. So none of that is important right now, because right now we're talking Draftkings NBA Threesday. As always, my advice is if you have the $10 and $25 version, it is a play at all bankrolls. And if you have the $50 version, it's up to you and your tolerance. I'm going to play it at the $50 version, but I'm not going to love it. I wish I had a slightly smaller version. And again, this is assuming a 70% free bet conversion, which I would always recommend. As always, if you guys want to follow me on other platforms, I would appreciate it immensely. TikTok doesn't pay its creators until 10,000 subscribers, and right now I'm a third of the way there. So if China's going to have my data, by golly, they better give me some money along with it. This is how I track the data. As some of you know, I keep track of the teams and I keep track of the players that shoot the first three in the game. If they miss the first three, they are no highlights, they're white, and if they make the first three, they are highlighted in green. Now, I think my data is finally up to the way that I want it, and if you want to check out all the data, if you want to link to the spreadsheet, it's in the description. I've gone ahead and sorted by teams because this data is a bit wacky and it's a bit too hard to come to any kind of conclusion, but this makes it a lot easier to read. It shows the player, it shows their number of attempts, and it shows their number made. One quick thing we didn't talk about on Tuesday that I want to mention is you need to figure out where you find your balance in this promo. Would you rather wait for the starter to be confirmed, or would you rather try to get value early? I can't tell you how to play that. It's kind of like Dinger Tuesday. Do you want to make sure they're in the lineup, or do you want to get the value before their odds tank a little bit? Jaylen Brown got ruled out Tuesday late. I know that costs a lot of people, so just something to keep in mind. I don't have a ton of advice. Just keep an eye on the injury reports and things like that. Today's slate is smaller, only 6 games. Phoenix and Boston gets the A rating for me, as well as Dallas OKC. You can check the other ones out. We're actually going to go through every game today because it is a small slate, in order from tip to tip. Here we have Boston, and to be honest, guys, I hate Boston because they force me to play every game because of the volume of threes that they shoot, but because of the volume of threes that they shoot, anybody on the floor can hit it. So you have White, who's the second most on the team with 3, but he hasn't hit one, and I continue to play him. And at plus 850, by golly, I'm probably going to play him again just because I think there's value there. Porzingis, Tatum, and Holiday all have 2 and 1 made each, and Holiday plus 950 I don't think is a horrible price. Porzingis is ruled out tonight, though, so he obviously is not on here. Brown, again, continues to be a guy that people look at, and I'm sure at plus 450, that's not going to change. Horford is 0 for 1. As for Phoenix, we have Booker shooting the most, tied with O'Neal, who does not seem to be on this list right now. But how many starters are on here? Grayson Allen. Okay, so O'Neal is not likely to start tonight, according to DraftKings, so obviously he's not a play. But Grayson Allen has shot 4 times and made 2. Booker 5 and made 2, so at 750, you may like Booker. I think that's a good price on Booker right now. Beal, Nurkic, and KD all have shot a couple and have not hit any. This is obviously a game I would target, as it is expected to be the highest scoring or second highest scoring, and the guys I do like would be White or Booker at those prices. This game is a B rating. It's not horrible. Chicago is coming off a back-to-back, and you can see Dosunmu and White are their 2 3-point shooters early in the games. Both have hit 2 and shot 3 and 4. Clippers are kind of all over the place, but Paul George is 100% on scoring these, 2 for 2 in this promo, and you see him at the worst odds. I think there's better games out there, so not something I'm going to play, and honestly, I don't see a ton of value in the players listed anyway. Third game of the night is Washington and Houston. It's got a D from me, and I would not touch it, although Corey, I spell it Crispert because I'm an idiot, but Corey Kispert is at 450, and he's cashed twice on this promo in 3 attempts. Kuzma also 2 for 2 so far. Jalen Green is a guy that I'm always going to mention, but at plus 500, we saw him at plus 700 Tuesday. I don't think there's a ton of value. I don't think you're going to return your top free bets with this when there's other games on the slate, so it's a skip as well. Milwaukee in Philadelphia gets a D for me, actually. Philadelphia in the last 3 games is looking pathetic from the three-point line. I think this Embiid injury, although he's not a three-point shooter, he can just create on the offense and draws help and things that open up three-point shots. So I would skip this game as well. Beasley, you see up there with Lillard as the 2 most favorable odds, although Maxey has cashed 3 of 4 first attempts, so maybe at 5-1, that's not an awful price. If I had to play this game, what really speaks to me here is Kyle Lowry at 8-1. He has shot 3 times and hasn't hit any, but I like the volume that he's getting. Kelly Oubre at 11-1 also isn't horrible. He's 1 for 1. But again, guys, not a game I'm probably touching. New York and Portland, you see DiVincenzo at plus 260 yet again. He's cashed 3 times on 6 attempts. But Anthony Simons, not far behind at plus 340. Again, not a ton of value here. Josh Hart maybe at 950, and maybe Chris Murray or Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant is 2 of 3, and at plus 800, that's not horrible. But again, probably not a game I get to if that Boston game is still up. This is another one to consider, and one that, I wouldn't hate you if you played it for. Doncic is 6 attempts, 3 shots made, and his odds reflect that. I don't like plus 285. I don't like anything under 300. It's such a random promotion. It's such kind of a crapshoot typically that I can't force myself to play somebody that low. Irving is 2 of 4, and 425 isn't the worst. PJ Washington is a guy that I've looked at in weeks past, plus 800. He has hit 2 out of 3, so that's a good value spot. As for OKC, what really speaks to me is Jalen Williams at 10-1, has shot 4 times and has made 2. Obviously, you see Chet Holmgren and Dort on here who are above 500 or at 500, and they have pretty good results, each 3 made. So I think what you need to ask yourself tonight is, do I want to go with Boston and try my hand at picking sort of the randomness that is Boston, and you kind of open yourself up to more options with maybe some more juiced odds? Or do you look at this game and you say, I'm going to fade Luka tonight, and I'm going to target Holmgren, Dort, Williams, or Washington? And I think all of those guys have good value. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do. On Tuesday, I played White, and he hit the second and third 3 naturally. So part of me is going to probably consider going back to White this evening and regret it once again. But that's what I got for you today. As always, if you want to share this, that would be awesome. If you want to continue to support, liking and commenting, helps push this out. Stay tuned for some March Madness information. While I'm not going to do any digging on data, I may have a group on ESPN that I'm thinking about opening up for free, and then making a video about it and giving the ad revenue away on that video to the winner. Just something I'm kind of toying with in my brain. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, come back to the Green Means Go channel in a week, and the bracket will be out. Otherwise, good luck tonight. Again, let me know who you are taking in the comments. I like to see kind of the range, spread of people and who they're picking. So enjoy the games tonight. Good luck, and we'll see you next Tuesday.